Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB. This is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge with Siena. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to like and share this video. And to subscribe to the channel for more of the same. We've just had an offer on Torino that my board have accepted behind my back. Admittedly, the last one was 2.7 million, so the fact they've gone to 4 million with an initial 1.2 million fee is not the end of the world. It is still 40% of the next sale, but I was kind of hoping for more than this. I was thinking maybe we can get close to 5 or 6 million, but apparently they are just saying, no, we're going to go for the 4 million and hope for the best. He is our best defender, or one of the best defenders we have in the team at the moment, and is the youngest of the bunch. Left-footed as well, so we're going to be missing that kind of quality in our defense. So I said that he's only had an average rating of 6.65, so maybe it isn't the worst thing in the world. I guess also the fact he's inconsistent probably doesn't hurt us in the long run. But then again, most of our defenders are inconsistent as well, so maybe I shouldn't be too surprised by this fact. It's time for Serpy to get game time, I suppose. He's contracted till next year anyway, so could be worse than that. We've got plenty of defenders that can come in, but no one really has the quality of Gianni right now, and that's an issue. We've also an offer for Roberto Bondi we just had to turn down too, and he's got a lot of interest in him. If the fact that Regina, Monza, Udinese, Spal, and Cotonia are all looking to sign him. We had to turn down 975,000 up front, and 50% of the next sale. I want more than that if I was to sell, and I would need to have a very good reason to sell as well. We also had offers from Pisa Falenzi, which is not ideal to say the least either, and I'll be very happy if this didn't continue. Also, Monza did offer money for Bondi as well. We turned that down, and we also had an offer from a club pretty much saying, would you be interested in this? Because we had Norwich City approach us for a job interview. So we've had a lot of interesting situations happening right now, and we've been very busy trying to avoid having these issues. We were actually asked if we were interested in the Torino job, and I said no. Even if I was made the absolute favour for the Torino job, I was not interested in joining them. And that was something I was hoping, yeah, maybe we could do well. The fact we had a championship side and a Serie A team, well, I said the fact we've had a championship side just outright offer an interview for the first time is interesting. And the fact we've been linked with a Serie A club again is also interesting. And the fact they appointed Stan as well instead. I suppose I should be happy with the fact I've got linked with a job as big as Torino in the first place, because it's a 4-star team. But at the same time, I didn't feel like it's the right time, and I want to keep going with Siena anyway. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to sell players just to make ends meet. That being said, though, we've actually had a few games since we last met, with the last day of the transfer window as well, or the last week. Let's see how we've been getting on since we last met. So the first game we had, we took on Spezia, and we were beaten 2-0 in this game. The team that beat us at the first game of the season by the same scoreline. I suppose it shouldn't be too upset or surprised we lost this game. But I was hoping for a better fight than what we showed. I mean, that goal was very good as well. It was a very good finish. Did we have a man sent off? We had a man sent off too. It was a straight red from Antonozzi. It was this kind of tackle. It was literally just 2 minutes before the second goal. It was a game where I thought, okay, we might have a chance in this. We get the ball. We play it about nicely. So we've got that in our locker. But we were just a bit careless with the ball, unfortunately enough. And we lose the ball here. Fantozzi gets it back briefly, and then, well, I wish I knew why he thought doing a 2-third dive from behind was a good idea. There was no way you could absolutely justify his decision. Deserved to be sent off straight away. We were not the better team, and when the red card happened, it just absolutely made sure that we were never going to get back into this game. They deserved to win this game 100% of the way. We then took on Chiva Verona, and we beat this side 4-0, 5-0 the first time we've made this team in the league, but we conceded this goal, and we lost this game by a goal to 0, and that was it. They were the better team, they had more chances than we did, and they deserved all 3 points. We were not as good as we could have been, and should have been on the day. Most of the players were pretty woeful, honestly, and Very disappointed with how this went. Should have done better. We could have... If we got anywhere close to what we did in the first game, I would have been very happy with what we didn't. So it felt like a bit of a letdown, honestly. Then the game against Cittadella happened. How we won this 7-2, I'll never know. And we even went behind as well in the first 5 minutes of the game. Machiori, a player that we remember from the Perugia times, scored the opening goal of the game. We then get an equaliser after Oliver finds Bondi, who just smashes that in. No way the keeper's getting to that. That's a really good finish. Not even a minute after they score the first goal. We then get ourselves in front. Oliver scores, so it's 2-1 inside 5-6 minutes. And 3 goals in a matter of minutes. Cittadella do get an equaliser. It's 2-2 inside 17 minutes in. And Machiori again. Very good talent. Very much an issue we had to deal with. But we then, I think I went and changed from attacking to control or positive, and it seemed to work nicely. Bondi scores. I think it was after the second half we did that. So we make it, it's 5 goals in the first half. But then we started to go to positive, and Bondi keeps going, and scores. Really good sort of effort there. So it's 4-2. And then suddenly, I just found that we can get goals. And Cantoro finds Oliver, finds Fofana, who scores his first goal in about 8 or so matches. For his 8th of the season. Good timing. And we make it 6-2 in the 76th minute of the game. Bondi on the ball, plays it across to Jack Oliver, who scores again. He's second of the game. Good timing. And it's just a few minutes later that we make it 7-2. Oliver on the ball, plays it. Well, it finds its way to Porcino, and Porcino's not going to miss an opportunity like that. So, very good result, 7-2. And I was very, very happy. We deserved to win this game. We were the better team, had more chances, not by a lot. We were a bit open actually at times, but we definitely deserved to win. And the fact we got a 7-2 win was very, very good indeed. We then took on Vicenza, and we lost to this team in the early stages of the season, and we lost them the game, this time by 2-0. And Fofana got the first goal, or Fotana got the first goal, sorry, and he scored again in the 81st minute of the game. We had 2 goals ruled out for one reason or another, and Fotana scored again. It's a very good finish. I've had a chance in this game, we didn't, and I was a little disappointed we couldn't do more than this, but honestly, they were the better team. Yes, we had a decent XG, but we didn't take our chances when we were presented with them. And for me, that was the main sin we committed here. So at the end of the day, we could have been worse, but we could have been better as well. We didn't play well, and we definitely got punished for it. So they had the chance, they had more shots and the better chances too, and we deserve to lose this game. It's just a shame we can't do more than this, unfortunately. What this does mean for the table, though, is that we've lost 3 of our last 5 matches. I don't like to say that. We've only drawn once this season, but we've won 13 times. So our attacking approach is very good, but defensively we were a bit questionable at times. We are 5 points clear of 7 players of Benevento and 8 players of Aquina. But we need to be picking up more points if we want to be challenging for at least for top 2 place in the table. We're now 6 points behind second place Satuel. Frosinone, Genoa, and Vicenza have all got above us now. Teams that have been in really good nick. Genoa have lost just once. They've won twice as well. So they got 2 more points than us in the last 5 matches, but we've been losing, and losing quite handily at times as well. So we haven't done ourselves favours. Vicenza have just been drawing a lot of games, but have only lost twice. So if you look at the draws, they're good. Frosinone have won 4 games in a row. Spezia have won at least 5 in a row. So yeah, they've won 6 in a row. It's good. So they've been good for them. They might be the team that goes up to champions. If we want to get promoted, then we might have to do better. But we're going to lose players due to this transfer window going through. So looking at this table and looking at who we got against in the next match, we've got Monza, who we beat 3-0 of their ground. We will want to be looking to get to 50 plus points if we want to get a top half finish. Yes, top half finish as 50 plus points. So we're actually close to getting a top half finish in terms of points. It'd be nice if we can at least say we're no longer in danger of relegation, because if we don't kick up our form quickly and don't stop losing, we may be starting to drag down the table and get forced into a relegation fight. So I want at least a top half finish after this starts. It'll be a disappointment if we don't get a top half finish and get to 50 plus points at least anyway. And we are going to try something different today, and that's this tactic. Most because Brazzoni's injured, No, Brazzoni suspended, and well, I felt like it was a good opportunity to look at maybe playing a box-to-box as well as an advanced playmaker instead of a ball midfielder. We had been getting stuck in. I don't know how much this works for us, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We're just going to take a risk. It's going to be the last time we'll see... It's going to be the last time we see our defender, Gianni, in the team. It'd be unfortunate if he leaves on the low, but at least we're going to at least try and win today. Oliver isn't the best in the advanced forward either, so maybe we'll tweak a few things here and there. But honestly, doing this normally, Bondi isn't the best as a winger, so that's why we're doing this. And we don't have anyone that really stands out as a winger, apart from Bertieri. So having someone who can be an advanced forward, we're not doing as well as it could be, is all I'm going to say. It's some positions we need some better players in. Dropping a few things in the wing-back for Barbini. We are dropping a few things in the left winger, if any other tactic, and maybe, I'm just going to see what happens in this tactic. It may work, it may not work. It's just a literal test at this point to see if it does help us or not. If we need to, we could just switch to Fofana and Oliver around for striker role, so they should be better. But we're going to work on a few things. Suspension has worked against us at times, so let's see how we do. DBS has been suspended recently, and Oliver's been injured. Not Oliver. Barbini's been injured as well, so we need to do a much better performance than we showed last time. But we know we can win. It's just a matter of making sure we do it properly, you know? So let's see how we do. But yeah, with this team, our opponents being the lowest scoring team, we have us being the best scoring team, it could be interesting to say the least how this works out. They got a player that's making his debut today, but they've only won... Well, I say that. They lost 3 in a row, and they got 4 points in the last 2 matches, so... They're bottom, comfortably bottom. They need to do well to get something out of this season. But they say we're not going to win this, even though our opponents are bottom. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Surely we're not going to be losing to Monza, surely. DiBiase with the long throw. And it's been headed away. We will get to this first. It's Barbini, finds Canturo. Fantozzi, Fofana. Bondi to Oliver. There we go. What the deep line forward does, actually, is this something I've noticed, is he comes deeper like an attacking midfielder. So that's why I enjoy the deep line forward. And you can see here, Fofana's deeper. You've got Bondi here, who's an inverted winger, so he's coming inside. Oliver's an advanced forward, so he's the main man. You've got Lenzi, who's the winger, who's here as well. You've got Canturo, who's the advanced playmaker as well. And Barbini, as the attacking wingback, is also getting further up the pitch. So that's a thing I like to look at and think maybe this is a good thing. And then you've got DiBiase there as well, if we needed him to do things. This is why I'm enjoying this tactic if we need to tweak it, tinker and go to that one. Lenz is injured. Okay, that's not a good sign. We could go, I say, could we do this? No, Bondi wouldn't benefit from that. Okay. We can bring Bondi over to this side. Who would be good for this wing, though? Contadini can play as an inverted wing on that side, so let's do that. Contadini will come on that side because he can play it. And if we wanted to do it this way, we can make Olive and Fofana as the main advanced advanced forward, and Fofana as the deep line forward. So we can tinker things. We can actually tweak a few things if we needed to. It's a beautiful, beautiful sign. Free kick. Fantozzi takes it. It's not the best free kick in the world, but Bondi will get there first. So Bondi's brilliant because he can play as both a winger and an inverted winger on either side of the pitch. Fantozzi's on the pitch now, on the ball. Here's Contadini, who's playing the inverted winger. Fantozzi, not a penalty? No? Okay, apparently it was just a bad ball as Dagger gets the ball here. He's going to play it forward, trying to find Cesar, and Hazard is on the ball. Don't concede, please. Side netting. Questions there about our defending, but okay. Corner, DiBiase. I just realized we've not gone for the long... Okay. We've not gone for the short corner. This time we are. Fofana finds Contadini, he plays it across, and Andrea Carlucci with the finish, his third of the season. 2-0 at half-time. That's a great time to score, because it will mess with them. With their tactics because I know they can't really do anything now. And I'm absolutely enjoying this idea that we have a 2-goal lead now. We just need to increase it though. After this, we need to make sure we don't do anything stupid now. They've got a goal kick. Dago will take it. And look at this. Bondi's on the ball. Plays it across to Contadini, who's going to get there. What can he do? Comes inside. It's straight at the goalkeeper. But Bini's going to come off. He's not at his best fitness-wise. And we're going to bring on Pellegrino. So, we have a 2-0 win. It's a very good performance, honestly. Yes, we haven't been our best, but we won 7-2 in a game. And we come to our ground and win 2-0 against Monza, who have been one of the worst teams in the division. So I'm actually really happy. They end up going for a 4-3-3 in the end. Didn't work. We were just very good defensively. And that's one of the very few times we've got a clean sheet this season. So very happy with the performance. Needed this kind of performance. And we need to do more of this in the future, please. And it was a top performance. We probably were at the 4th, but there's also... Frosinone and Genoa have got to play. Whether they play against each other, I don't know. Lenzi apparently might have a really bad injury. A twist ankle 5 to 6 weeks. Okay, not ideal. And Cavion has been humbled. He's not happy with the defeat. Okay. But yeah, also Scopato. He's out for just 1 to 3 more days. He's going to have to do some work to get his fitness, his physical side of things back up to scratch. But I feel like this is a player that can be good for us. He's also one of the very few players on the right-hand side that can play inverted winger and inside forward. So if we need to go for that kind of thing, we could. And it's a very important thing for us to tinker with and try and work into our strategies and such and such. But we'll go back to the other tactic because Brazzoni's now back. And it's very important that we can keep this up, you know? I feel like Brazzoni is one of those players that we need to do a lot with because he is so good. Brazzoni and Bondi are the 2 wingers that just provide so much. He is consistent, but he hasn't had the best average rating this year. But he's still got 5 goals and 2 assists. I mean, it's not as good as last year, but it's a different division above, so it makes sense. He was probably too good for the division last year, and Bondi is a player that is just really, really good. And he's now consistent, so I think he might be inconsistent. I don't know if it was inconsistent at the beginning, but the fact he's actually having his best season in terms of goals is very promising indeed. Already got 20 goals involvement. That's his best or joint best so far. And he's done it in 23 matches. So very important player for our future. And he's got 31 goals in 98 appearances too. So very important for us if we can keep this up. And I'll be very happy we can keep going and ensuring we have the best times possible. So there you go. We're going to keep going to the end of the transfer window because we're going to have to make some sales. We're going to lose Gianni this season, unfortunately. Serpi will come in because he is, well, a good defender who can get some game time. And he's 20, but he's got potential. And he's not inconsistent. Hallelujah. We need that kind of player right now. He's got 104 appearances for us. He's played 7 times in the start. He's actually had a season where he played 28 times and he wasn't great. But I ended up playing him on the bench the last 2 years because Gianni came through and Gianni was great. So let's see how we can go and do this. We're also losing Bondi, the other Bondi, on a free transfer to the Tefers next season. They're doing decently well. 7th place in their division. They've qualified for the playoffs because they were, I don't know if they actually qualified for the playoffs or not, but they're definitely not doing too badly. It's just they are a team that are predicted to finish in 13th this year. And they're coming in 7th, so good for them. Let's just keep going and see where we are going to look at financially after the transfer comes in, yeah? Ouch, okay, financially insecure 1.4 million. We kind of need that selling if anything now, which is a bit of an annoyance, but what can you do? Also, Monza just sacked their manager, so yeah, Kaivon was not their manager when he started the game. It was this guy, Paul Planos, who actually looks like a decent coach. Very good coach. He was actually under 19's coach for Barcelona. No wonder he's decent. Could I sign him as a coach? No. Okay, I can't blame him for that. Either way, they've had Raul too. That's saying something. But either way, let's keep going and hope we can do more as this guy is getting better. Gianluca, also a defender we can throw into the first team sooner rather than later too if we need to. And Bondi's been very good this year. Okay, so both teams drew. So Frosinone drew 1-2 against Salernitana, who actually got a 94th minute equaliser. And you know, it had to rescue a point themselves, coming from behind in the 91st minute after Letra scored. So that's a good sign for us. It'd be cool if we can get a top 4 finish. I don't think it will happen, but we are 6 points clear of 7th place Pisa. So anything's possible. Anything is absolutely possible right now. It's just a matter of being consistent and not dropping as many points as we have done. If we can translate some of the draws into some of the defeats into draws, then that'd be wonderful, because we're definitely dropping points we shouldn't be dropping points at. We definitely feel we could be 100% a lot better than what we've been shown so far. Okay, it's happened. We've lost it. We've lost Gianni to Torino. 1.2 million up front, and then it all got to 4 million in the future, plus 40% in profit for the next sale. So hopefully he actually gets his appearances, because I don't want to be missing out on 2.8 million in the future. But our fee over balance now is 272,000. So it's a bit annoying that we've lost him, but what can you do? And why is this an idea that people can think, yeah, we want your best player for just 105,000, 475,000. No. You got to give me a lot more money than that. And we're going to keep Federino around because I feel like he's getting game time here, even if it's on for the bench. Why? I mean, I'm a bit surprised about this one, I'm not going to lie, but I kind of need Pellegrino around. So, no, we're not going to let him go. Another offer for For goodness sake, you've already taken one of my players. You're not taking my other players. For goodness, crying out loud. Okay, we're going to reject Pellegrino as well, so that's 2 players. Torino just want to raid me. I can't believe I'm saying this. Torino's just literally trying to raid my team. Fantozzi, can I not use you right now, Fantozzi? Okay, he's actually happy. Thank God he's actually convinced Couture. Oh, my days. Okay, yeah, we need to keep this guy around. He's not been great. A 6.52 average rating, yes, but he is still a pretty good player. So this is one of the players you kind of do not want to let go. Torino are absolutely... I hope they get relegated now. I can't be about to say this. I hope they get relegated now just because of the fact they keep on trying to get my players. I'm starting to hate Torino. I really am. No. If they give me a better offer, yeah, maybe. I'm actually starting to get tempted. Let's see. They want an offer. I bet you the board's going to accept this. Here's the thing, though. I will be honest. If Cantura was to be sold, we've actually got players that can come in, like this guy. He could come in. He's an attacking midfielder who's an advanced playmaker, so it's not as good as it could be, but he's still an advanced playmaker. Not as good as Cantura, mind you. But I wouldn't say it's the end of the world. The issue is the fact that I guess we've also got Christian Conte as well, who could be an advanced playmaker. I say he's not the best at that, but he could still be better. Pellegrino again wanted. This time it's gone up to 575,000. I'm going to reject again. And this move, no. You've already bought my players for 4 million. You're not going to get another player. Literally going after my 18-year-old. It's very annoying. Transfer-wise, Yap Stam is becoming a manager I'm not a fan of right now. 1.2 to... I mean, they've gone for a lot of players in this window. And they've also gone for this guy who's 20... Wow, that's not as good as I was thinking it would be. They bought this guy for 8 million. He's a defensive midfielder who actually looks pretty decent for his age, but he's also capped by Austria, so... Yeah. Spezia also take on Lecce. Let's see if they can improve their lead. They are back to 3 points clear after winning. I think top spot is probably out of the question at this point, but I think top half and maybe get into a playoff position is actually a realistic possibility right now. If we can get to 4th, that's cool, but I wouldn't be upset if we get to 5th or 8th this season either, because that looks like a possibility this year as a realistic target. Okay, great news. We didn't lose any other players, so that's nice. And, ooh, okay. Juventus bought this guy for just 4 million from Sporting. Okay. 43.5 million. He's only 20. 38.5 grand. He looks pretty good. What we're going to do here, though, is actually end this video. I wasn't expecting to have to worry about 2 more players potentially be leaving us after, you know, a decent season, as Dortmund get another really good Italian player. Oh my god, he actually looks really good. And he came from Siena. He was a calculator player. He actually played against us, I think, at one point. Yeah, we played against him. Didn't do very well around you, but he still played against us once upon a time. But yeah, what we're going to do is end this here. Hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot. And I just realized they spent 3.9 million this guy. Oh my god. Yeah, until next time, goodbye and, well, good night.